Another day, another class. It's been a week since that day in the park. I haven't really had a chance to talk with Shou at length, aside from sending the occasional silly text to each other, but the more I think about it, the more I wonder why he was in that newbie practical magic class. At first I thought he was just sitting in with Takumi or there to watch the demonstration, but after seeing how he reacted afterwards, could it be that something's wrong with him? Oh, Shou. But then why would Professor Kazama let me choose him out of everyone else to help me? Maybe because he understands you more, since he's having, issues with his powers, controlling his powers too? I don't know, something along those lines. You're both discovering your powers somehow? It just didn't make any sense. I felt like I was missing some big piece of the puzzle, and clearly it wasn't something Shou wanted to talk about. I make my way into the control and focus classroom for the second time. There's only a few students inside. Most of them are in little groups, happily chatting away as they wait for the professor to show up. I look around for a place to sit and my eyes fall into a familiar face. Shou is sitting there, alone, practically at the other end of the classroom, far away from everyone else. Oh, we'll go up to him. He's reading something on his phone, with his back almost turned from the door, so he hasn't seen me enter yet. He wasn't here last week. What changed? And why is he all the way in the corner? Shou definitely isn't the shy type, so it doesn't make much sense to me. I'm torn between going to greet him and sitting somewhere else. What if he wants to be alone? Then he'll tell you. Better to make sure that... if somebody, is doing that, sure, they either want to be alone or they are hoping for someone to approach them, even if they may not admit to themselves that they want someone to approach them. And if you're friends with them, they'll understand that if you want to be alone and a friend approaches you, that you'll understand and know that at least they care. And you can just tell them, I kind of want to be alone right now, and at that point you'll respect that. Better to check just to be sure. And the worst thing that could happen is they'll just tell you, hey, could you just give me some space? Than just assuming that they want to be alone when in actuality it would have been a good idea for you to approach them. As I finally move to find a seat, Shou looks up. Harkura? For a moment, Shou seems lost at seeing me here. Then, like a switch, he suddenly grins at me, waving me over like a madman. Hey, Harkura, sit next to me. See, I told you. What did I say? Come on, Harkura. His enthusiasm is catchy. That's what I love about Shou. He has a really disarming personality. I offer no objections and sit in the seat beside him. I want to ask him many questions, but the classroom door opens with a bang. The professor strides in, his messy brown hair practically bouncing as he moves. I hear some of the girls next to me start to whisper, and I gather that Professor Ardon is quite popular around campus. I decide to shove my questions to the back of my mind and pull my laptop out. I'll finally just ask Shou about it later. I put all my focus to the lesson ahead. Righto, kiddos, time to learn. Oh, there's no image of Professor Ardon. Today we'll be talking about how to focus your magic so you don't accidentally blow something up. The professor says this with a laugh, but I notice Shou fidget in his seat. Despite the professor's light tone, Shou seems distraught. Professor Ardon grins at the class. Right, so let's get started. The professor launches into a lecture on focusing auras, and all chatter immediately ceases. Completely captivated, everyone hangs on his every word. And yet, I keep staring at Shou. All of his attention seems to be focused solely on Professor Ardon. I've never seen him focus so hard before. Inspired by Shou, I turn back to the lecture, determined to learn as much as I can, too. The evening breeze blows through my hair, tossing loose strands astray. After a full afternoon of classes together, Shou is walking me home again. He's so quiet today, it's starting to weird me out. I cast a sideway glance at him. Shou has barely spoken a word since we last left the classroom together. Only a quick, I'll walk you home. I think he knows what I want to ask. But Shou looks like he needs some time to think. So I just walk quietly by his side, waiting until he's ready to talk. Soon, Shou turns to me with a bittersweet smile. Bet you're wondering what I've been doing in remedial classes, especially ones like control and focus. I am a little curious, yes. Shou pauses for a moment. He looks unsure of how to begin. You picked me to help you, so you should know. When I was little, I was really good at magic. Creating fire was as natural as breathing for me. I was praised all the time. They called me a genius. But I started getting cocky and I don't know what happened. But as I got older, I started having problems getting my powers to work. And then something happened and I lost control completely. And now I can see why he would be able to understand our little situation here. I can't even light a candle anymore. Either nothing happens or I blow something up. He sighs. I signed up for those classes so I can try and learn how to control my powers. So I don't have to feel so helpless. Well, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Shou, because as prideful as one can be, admitting that you have issues and you need help is a huge step. Huge step. And the fact that, some people might feel like, it might be embarrassing or degrading going to a class about controlling your powers when you were such a prodigy, apparently, before. Sort of like going back to, if you were like acing through the advanced classes and then you had to go back to 101. That can be a little embarrassing, but, I admire Shou for that. Shou? I figured it might have been something like that, but now that I know the truth, it's much worse than what I had imagined. It is? Worse, really? To actually have had the power, to still have it, but not to be able to use it while your friends around you do amazing things. Yeah, that would be pretty awful. Maybe this is presumptuous since I've only had these powers for a few weeks, but I feel the same. I don't want to feel so helpless anymore. I don't want to be afraid of myself or accidentally blowing something up, or worse, someone. I don't know what I'd do if I killed someone. So maybe, if you don't mind, we could practice together sometime? Ooh, yeah. No, this is a serious moment. Seriously? You do that for me? Of course. We're friends. We're friends. And I mean, you've already proven yourself to be we're buds. We're pals, compadres, amigos. And we'll see if anything, evolves from that. Everything else evolves from that. Of course. Why wouldn't I? And you'd be helping me too. Sorry, it's just, no one's really taken the time to actually ask me to study together in years. I find that super surprising, sir. As good looking as you are, I find that ridiculously unrealistic, but okay. Especially since you're not the shy type. I mean, come on. Of course we can practice together. I might not know how to control control my powers. I might not know how to control my powers, but I do know a lot about the theory of it. So I can finally help you out too. So, are you free now? I thought you'd never ask, my good man. Do you want to come over? I don't live far. I'm free, but... Oh, Harkura, what's with the buts? Come on. Girl, come on. I can't figure out how to say it without sounding rude. Could I just go to his place like that? Isn't that kind of... Shou seems to understand even without me outright saying it. Oh, don't worry. Remember Shinji? Super tall guy with purple hair. He's my roommate, so he'll be there too. I can't help but feel a little awkward. Okay. So, I get it. I understand. I think that as a female, one can be very nervous about going to a boy's house or a boy coming to your house. I understand. So, perfectly legit. He knew. I hope he doesn't think I don't trust him. Yeah. Perfectly legitimate, perfectly believable. That's a brownie point for the game, for the believability of, of that all. But well, I can probably make a run for it if anything happens. Okay, let's go. With that decision made, we made a slight adjustment to our destination. I really felt like that should have been an actual decision, though, instead of just, you know. But anyway, it doesn't look like Shou lives all that far away from me. I feel a little nervous as we move along in silence. Hey, do you want to stop by the convenience store on the way? We could get some snacks. Oh, sure, good idea. We make our way to the nearest convenience store. When we reach the shop, Shou stops in front of the door. He turns back to look at me. Wait here, I'll run in real fast. Be out in a sec. Oops. Right, wait here, I'll run in real fast, be out in a sec. He runs into the shop and I move away from the door. I settle in to wait, but after a few minutes I start to get an odd feeling and look around. It's then I notice a girl standing on the other side of the road. The setting sun reflects off of something, a vivid blue color, near her hair. I squint and see that she's wearing blue rose-shaped earrings. Oh, how pretty. They're so cute. I wonder where she got them. It's probably rude to just go ask her, though. Why not? I love the sign, 1111. 1111. That's when I realize she seems to be looking at me. Shou walks out just then, and I turn around to face him. I see that he has a couple of bags in each hand. Sorry for the wait. I went kinda crazy with the shopping. No problem. I take 2 bags from him and move to leave. Something wrong? No, it's nothing. I look around while we walk, but I don't see the girl at all. It's like she completely vanished. Dun dun dun. We finally arrived at Shou's apartment building when he starts checking his pockets. Is something wrong? No, maybe? I might not have my keys. Sorry. I'm a little annoyed, but I can tell Shou is more upset than I am. It's true I'm not particularly impressed with his lack of responsibility, but it is kind of cute. Yeah, I have a friend, a very close friend from college who is just like Shou in that regard. Always like losing his keys, forgetting something, but it's in a very endearing, adorable way. Oh, but I think Shinji is home tonight. So we're in luck. Shou leans forward and knocks on the door. After waiting outside the door for a few moments, Shinji opens it. Shou, I swear, one of these days I'm gonna superglue the keys to your hand so you stop losing them all the time. Hey, I seriously thought I had them today. Shinji seems to realize I'm standing there for the first time and his eyes shift to me. Hey, Harkura, how are you? Hi, Shinji, I'm fine. I came to practice with Shou. I mean, we're going to study magic. And practice it. I'm making an idiot out of myself. This is just so weird. One of the few things I do remember, my ma Shizuka telling me, is that I needed to be careful of men from a young age. That's true. That's very true. I can practically hear her voice now. If a boy tries anything on you that you don't like and doesn't take no for an answer, then kick them where it hurts and run. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Unexpectedly, I find a smile threatening to form, but I manage to keep a straight face and refocus on Shinji. He's looking at me in what appears to be amazement. Oh, okay, wait, really? Is it really that surprising? Well, honestly, yeah, but that's great. Just let me know if you guys need any help. Shinji goes over to the couch and picks up his black acoustic guitar. I'll be in my room if you need me. And try not to have too much fun. Yes, father. Don't break the bed or anything. Oh, Shinji. Come on. Shinji? I love Shou's reaction. Well, you are going to practice, aren't you? Magic, that is. Oh, boy. Would you just get out of here already? Shinji chuckles as he walks into his bedroom and shuts the door. Oh, wow. Shou turns back to me and I can't bring myself to look at him. Maybe it was a bad idea coming here. Sorry about that. Shinji's a really nice guy, but even he can be a major butt sometimes. Let's go. My room's through there. Oh, we're actually going into his room. Okay. Shou points at the hallway behind me and moves past me to lead me in. I slowly follow him, my heart beating a little faster. I can't stop my mouth from falling open. Oh, I like this room. It matches Shou really well. I like the dragon and the clay Gumby man, all the birds. I love birds. And the ships and the books, all the colorful books, and the orange sheets, and the orange curtain. Oh, this would be a room like the way I would decorate it, personally. How on earth do they afford this? I hadn't really had time to think about it, but the living room was really nice too. Still, this was beyond extravagant compared to my small apartment, really? Oh, okay. I look around the room, surprised how tidy it is. Well, as I should have expected, there are bird pictures everywhere. Overall, the room seems warm and welcoming, a perfect fit for Shou. Exactly. Shou is at his desk, looking through the books on his shelf. He seems so focused that I don't want to disturb him. I put my bag on the foot of his bed and walk to the large window. It's gorgeous! There's a lovely view of the nearby apartments and lush green area around us. I can even see what must be hundreds of stars. Admiring the view? Shou's soft voice asks behind me. I look at him as he comes to stand next to me. Yeah, I was just surprised that I could see so many stars. Well, it's because we're pretty close to the campus. There's a weather spell around the campus that helps keep the skies clear of light pollution and clouds. It goes out for a few kilometers or so from the radius of campus in every direction. It's pretty cool. But if you want to know more, Shinji would know better than me. Shou says this all so casually, but I'm in complete disbelief. Really? I mean, wow. Your world is so different. Everyone's so powerful, I feel really insignificant. Hey, it's your world too now, and don't forget that I'm right here with you. Aww, I can't do anything remotely that skilled. Yeah, but we're going to learn, right? I hold my hand out a little awkwardly to affirm my words, and Shou gives it a squeeze. Oh, see. What I do like about this is that, pacing-wise, you know, they don't rush through the relationship that these two are having. It's very organic. It's gradual. You know, I like it. I like it. Yep, we'll be partners from now on. Oh. Yeah, so let's go to studying. Let's get to studying. I move over to Shou's desk and take a look at all the books he's pulled out. They're all on entry-level magic. I pick them up and notice that they're still in the shrink wrap. The words on the binding suggest they're for elementary school students. How long have you had these? Not since elementary school, if that's what you're thinking. I bought them last week. After seeing Shinji and Tetsuya's demonstrations, yeah, I saw the way you guys looked at them. And I thought that maybe I could do that too. No, I'm sure I can. Then let's get started. I pull out the desk chair for Shou, gently grab his wrist with one hand, and quickly pull him to it. What are you doing? There's only one chair, so I'll grab one from the kitchen. Open the book and find out where we need to start. At the beginning is probably good. I'll be right back. Having sat Shou down, I hurry out of the room towards the kitchen, my determination renewed. A long time has passed since we started studying. I began by having Shou tell me about his history with magic, and I learned that he actually did know a lot. There was just this strange gap between his knowledge and his ability. So even though it must have been frustrating for him, I had him start with the basics and basically teach me as we went. There had definitely been quite a few aha moments for both of us, but no actual magic practice had happened. Do you want to take a break? I stand up and stretch, and as I do, I look at my watch and realize it's close to 12 a.m. Oh my gosh, it's this late? But Shou hasn't looked up from the notes I wrote even once. Instead, he mumbles to me, No, I don't need a break. I think I've almost got this. Got what? I get no answer before I try to stifle a yawn. I lean over and put my hands near the paper he's been reading over and over again to get his attention. Look, Shou, it's been hours. I think... Whoa! The paper Shou's been staring so hard at ignites and I practically jump back. Shou stands up so fast he knocks his chair backwards. I watch in stunned silence as a small fire in the middle of the paper spreads ever so slowly to the edges. I did it, Harkura! The fire doubles in size with a roar, covering almost the entire desk in flame. Oh, okay, partner. Alright, let's... At ease, soldier. Shou, the textbooks. I got it. Shou reaches into the flames and my stomach clenches. What are you doing? Stop! But Shou ignores me and grabs the textbooks anyway, even as they're wrapped in flames. I remember then that he's fireproof, but knowing it and seeing it are two different things. And anyway, it doesn't look as if everything about him is fireproof. Shou, your clothes. The fire from the textbooks is starting to climb up the sleeve of Shou's hoodie. Oh no, his beautiful orange hoodie. My brain finally kicks in and I dash past Shou towards the door to get Shinji. Hey guys, I'm going to be... Oof. In my rush to get out, I run right into him as he opens the door. Terrified, I looked up into Shinji's face, silently pleading the words I can't manage to get out. Shinji seems to understand what I'm trying to say and looks up. I turn around to see Shou desperately trying to pat out the fiery textbooks. He appears completely oblivious to the fact that his clothes are on fire. Shinji sighs and he sweeps his open hand in front of the area that's on fire and then makes a fist. Just like that, all the fire in the room disappears, leaving only scorch marks. Phew, that was getting totally out of control. Thanks, Shinji. No problem, but was that Harkura's first fire? Nope, it was mine. I can't believe I got it. And I was controlling it pretty well too. Well, before I got too excited. Seriously? That's awesome, Shou. Congratulations. I would have had a hard time believing it if I hadn't seen it. And don't worry about losing control. That's pretty normal at first. Maybe I can make something nice for dinner tomorrow to celebrate. Thanks, I'm looking forward to it. Shou runs up to Shinji and practically tackles him in a hug. Aww, bro hug. Shinji gives him a slightly awkward pat on the back, accompanied by the sort of relaxed smile that implies he's used to this. As I stand there, a hand on my pounding heart, a realization comes over me. A minute ago, part of the desk was on fire, Shou's clothes were on fire, and a distinct smell of smoke still hangs in the air. Yet these two guys are just standing here, smiling and hugging each other like there wasn't a raging fire in the room a second ago. These guys, they look human, but they really are from a different kind of world. My hand drops and my body sags as weariness drags me down. Both men look at me and Shou rushes to my side. Harkura, are you okay? Yeah, I'm just really tired. After all that studying and excitement, you must be exhausted. Shou, it's really late. Why don't you take her home? Shinji gives me one last smile before turning around and leaving us alone in the room. After a moment, I come to a decision and start talking. I keep my back to Shou because I know if I look at him, he'll persuade me otherwise. I'm going to head home now. It's way too late for you to walk me there and back, so... Oh! Oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that picture. That's super cute. I feel gentle arms wrap around my waist and a warmth at my back. I try to turn around, but Shou's head is leaning on my shoulder. Shou? Shou doesn't say anything for a moment, just closes his eyes and smiles. We actually get a choice. That's nice. Relax and let him hug you. That doesn't look very relaxed, Harkura. That looks like, come on. It's just a hug. For goodness sakes. I relax a little in his comfortable embrace and lean on him slightly, though I'm not sure what's happening. Does our character just not like... I mean, I'm a big hugging person. I'm a big hugger. So I understand that some people are just very shy and they don't like the whole touchy-feely thing. I get it, I totally get it. So I guess Harkura is not really doesn't really like physical contact. I can see that. Based on the way that she's been behaving this entire story, personality-wise, it does seem to fit. I feel like I hear him sigh and pull me a little tighter. When Shou speaks, his voice is soft and full of emotion. Thanks, Harkura. It feels like I got a little piece of myself back. Oh, this is adorable. I just wish that our character had a much better expression in her face. Otherwise this would have been super adorable. Of course, but I didn't do anything. It was all you, Shou. But you did. For 7 years, I haven't been able to control a thing. But since I just want to be a better person around you. Oh, that's so sweet! Ah, it's so cute! I want to actually be able to help and protect you like I'm supposed to. Ah! Yeah, this is the stuff that I'm a sucker for. I'm a total sucker for these lines. Oh, total sucker. Shou pauses and I feel his arms loosening. Some people might have like a gag reflex from these kind of things. I just eat it all up. It's just, this is like my weakness. This is my kryptonite. Lines like this. Cold rushes in to replace his warmth, and I realize just how comfortable I was. Anyway, let's go. And no, I'm not letting you walk home by yourself. Especially after you helped me out so much. Come on, Shou. Seriously, it's lit. Shou grabs my stuff from me and basically pushes me out of the room. Nope, sorry. Not taking no for an answer on this one. Just let the guy have his chivalry, okay? I mean, letting a guy walk a girl home at 12 a.m. That's probably not a bad idea at all. After a peaceful midnight walk, we turn onto the street leading to my apartment. Even after all that happened, our conversation has been rather mundane. We leisurely chat about our next study sessions and how often we'll try to do them. After a lull in the conversation, I glance at Shou. I get the feeling he wants to say something. Actually, I've had that feeling since we left this place. As usual, I wait quietly for him to start talking. I'm sorry about hugging you like that earlier. I tend to hug my friends a lot, which I love because I'm a hugger. You and I both, Shou, we would get along super well. So I guess it means it's official. You're my new friend. Do you normally let strange girls in? Just friends? I'm glad to hear that. Just friends? The words slip out of my mouth before I even register that I'm thinking them. Yes, right, because I'm in control now, baby. I'm in control. I clasp my hands over my mouth and steal a glance at Shou. Shou rubs the back of his neck and face with one hand. He seems to be at a loss for words. Oh god, I can't believe I said that. Now everything's awkward. Desperate, I try for a save. I'm just kidding, you know. You don't have to look so serious. Oh, right. Well, you got me. I spend the rest of the walk wishing a hole would open and swallow me up. We arrive at my apartment. I prepare to say goodbye to Shou. But when I turn around, he's just staring at me. Well, thanks for walking me home, even though it's so late. I'm sorry for the trouble. I bow a little, but then I feel a hand on my shoulder. Are you kidding me? I'm the one who wants to thank you. At least the least I could do was make sure you got safely home. It's my job, you know. He gives me a lopsided grin and I smile back at him. Good night. Sweet dreams. Made of these, who am I? Doesn't Shou kind of, if I put Shou into a silver hoodie, he kind of does look like, maybe a pair of goggles, he kind of does look like Quicksilver. I'm sorry. I just started thinking about Sweet Dreams, and for those of you who are watching, I'm sure a lot of you know what the reference is. Shou's hand lingers on my shoulder for just a moment longer before he turns around and walks off. All that attention to detail, writers. I sit on my bed feeling a little lonely with the absence of energy that is Shou. Yes, the absence of energy. I still cannot get over how cute and adorable these pajamas are on Harkura. Back when I came to Japan, I didn't want to deal with the Russian roulette of an assigned roommate, so I went with a single apartment. Shou and Shinji are lucky to have each other. It must be fun having a good roommate like that. Idly, I look out the window where I last saw Shou, almost expecting to still see him there. That's when I notice someone standing there. Oh, it's the girl with the blue rose earrings. Alarmed, I duck my head below the window's height, but move closer to get a better look. There's definitely someone standing there. I can't tell if it's a woman or man, but they seem to be looking toward my window. It's the girl with the blue roses on her earrings. My heart feels like it's gone perfectly still, and my breath stops in my throat. Like an engine getting a jump, my heart starts moving again with the sound. My phone continues its melodic onslaught, and being careful to keep my head low, I reach across the bed to pick it up. It's my dad. I try to regulate my breathing and take a glance out of the window again, but the figure is gone. Swallowing, I answer the call right before it goes to voicemail. Hello? Hey, sweetie, sorry to call you so late. Rokuro, but it's about your mother. She called me. I feel like my heart has stopped again, only this time my entire body is frozen too. I can't even speak. Dad continues, sounding incredibly worn out. Your mother had to leave. She told me her reasons. She asked me not to tell anyone, and I've decided to respect her wishes. But I thought I should update you. Oh, Dad. I know I must have scared you with my previous text. I'm sorry for that. I finally managed to force my voice to work. That's okay, Dad. I understand. Thanks, sweetie. I'm going to go ahead and let you sleep now, but I'll keep you updated if anything changes. Good night. Good night. I drop the phone to the bed and stare at nothing for a while, thoughts of the stranger outside gone far away from my mind. Mother. I wonder what she told him. What could she have possibly told him? I lie down to try to go to sleep, but I end up continuously sifting through all possibilities in my mind until I feel like I'm going crazy. That's it. I'm done with this. I'll just watch an episode of one of my favorite anime to get my mind off of this. I grab my tablet and go to my Tatami Roll, it's like Crunchyroll, Tatami Roll anime app. I tap one of my favorite magical girl anime, one of my few guilty pleasures, and settle in under the covers, like Sailor Moon! After a little while passes in the show, a fight breaks out. Some of the supporting characters perform some really incredible magic. I sigh, not being able to fully enjoy it now that I know how hard magic really is. Wish it were that easy for me and Shou. Finally, the protagonist goes into a lengthy transformation that ends with her in a cute outfit. Yeah, Sailor Moon. I wonder if I could transform like that. That would be cool. The hilarity of the idea strikes me and I end up laughing hysterically for a few minutes. I seriously do wonder if there's anything like that in the supernatural world. I'll definitely have to ask Shou that on Monday. I end up falling asleep before the end of the episode, thoroughly exhausted, but generally in a good mood.